This is CNN Breaking News.
We begin this hour with the breaking news out of Minnesota. A massive manhunt is underway as police are searching for the person behind the assassination of a top Democratic lawmaker and the attempted assassination of another state lawmaker.
And we are now hearing dispatch audio of first responders discussing the shootings of these lawmakers and both of their spouses. This was obtained by the Minnesota Star Tribune.
The shooter is still in the house, they believe barricaded with the firearm. Multiple different agencies are on scene trying to locate if this individual is on foot, if he shot anybody else around the home, just so you guys have a little bit more of an update as to what is going on there.
Officials are on the hunt for 57-year-old Vance Boatler as a suspect. The FBI is offering up to $50,000 for any information that might lead to his arrest or conviction. CNN law enforcement correspondent Whitney Wild joins us now live from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Whitney, what are you learning?
Well, what we know is that this man, again, 57-year-old Vance Boatler, worked in security. He was working as the director of security patrols for a security company. And that is a critical piece of information because what we know, Boris, is that as this unfolded at 2 in the morning, he had presented himself as a law enforcement officer. And it was earlier today that local law enforcement stressed that if you saw him in the room with other police, he was dressed so much like a police officer that anyone would mistake him for a police officer. I mean, Boris, head to toe, he had the gear. He had an SUV that looked like a squad car. It had lights on it, just like a regular cop car. And so when he went to that door, this was first at State Senator John Hoffman's house. When he banged on that door, he presented himself as a police officer, and that's when State Senator John Hoffman opened the door. And then, as we know, State Senator John Hoffman sustained multiple gunshot wounds, as did his wife, Yvette. They, at latest, Boris, our understanding is that they were in surgery overnight. They are now in, it sounds like, stable condition. Their law enforcement here is cautiously optimistic that they're going to survive. That's the latest on their condition. But again, let me take you through the timeline here. So that was 2 in the morning that this suspect went to John Hoffman's house. 90 minutes later, there was another call. This was then at Melissa Hortman's home. And this is where this timeline really starts to diverge, because this is when law enforcement finally confronted Vance Boatler. And what they found was that when they got to Melissa Hortman's home, they saw him coming out. And that's when he exchanged gunfire with police. And then, as we know, he fled on foot. At this point, law enforcement doesn't believe he's in this area anymore. Earlier today, they were able to find video of him and was basically a cowboy hat and civilian clothing. So what they're trying to do at this very moment, Boris, is find out exactly where he is, and the real concern here is whether or not he continues to pose a danger to the surrounding area. Earlier, there was a shelter in place in Brooklyn Park that has been lifted, but certainly many people are on high alert. We now have video that just came in from someone who knew the suspect. Here's what he had to say, Boris.
Maybe dead shortly. So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both. And I wish it hadn't gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way, because you guys don't know anything about this. But I love you guys, and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused. He was a loving, caring guy. Loved his family, loved his friends, and loved God. And I don't know why he did what he did. It's not Vance. No one will believe this. No one that grew up. He had lots of friends, trust me. And I wish I could have been there to stop him.
There are many more questions still to be answered. Law enforcement is reluctant to define a specific reason for this. They are not stopping short of, they're saying for sure this was a targeted, a politically targeted attack, but they're not, beyond that defining much more about this, Boris. So there's many more questions to answer here, and we're hoping to learn more soon.